Right, so here we have an example of being able to navigate from the grid, and as we click it, right, notice that we have the ID of the course that we're navigating to. Right, there's 3, 4, 5, right, and I click on the last one, and it's 4, 5, 6, and just we're passing that ID around to each one of these, right? And what we'd like to be able to do is that I'd like to be able to render here, right, the information about that particular course. Maybe the title of the course, maybe even the list of the modules, right? Maybe even the pills, right? Maybe all these should dynamically now render with what? They should render with the content that would be available in the JSON file. Yes, right? It will be that specific title, that specific set of modules, that specific set of topics and whatnot, right? So for instance, one of the things I would like to be able to do here in the course editor is notice that we are only passing the course ID. We would like to have access to the entire course, right? We already saw one mechanism of being able to pass the entire object down to the to a child component. Yes. Another way that I'd like to show you is that now that we have the ID of the course, we could fetch it ourselves, right? I know the ID, and this will come in handy later on when all of these would be mapped to some RESTful service in some remote server, right? Now that I have the ID, I could say, "Ooh, go fetch me that particular course or module or topic," right? Now that I have that particular ID. So let's take a look at that. I have the ID. But I need the entire course, right? I want the course. Right now, I don't have the course. It's empty, completely empty, right? There's nothing in there. I would like to fetch it. So how do I do that? Well, again, what we could do is just load all the courses here and have access to it from right here. A better thing to do is to have a central place, right, that I can query this central service who can answer all questions about data, right? It's a best practice to encapsulate in one single place any data access, right? This will come in handy later on when we have to talk to the server, right? You have to do all these HTTP requests. It says, get me all the courses, now get me all the modules, now get me the topics, the widgets, right? As we navigate deeper and deeper into our data structure, we're going to have to ask for all these things, yes? So we're going to centralize all that information and put it inside of a different directory, a different component here, right? And we'll call it the course service. Right? So this course service is going to be a class, right? It's going to encapsulate all access to this to our data access, and we'll be able to invoke the query from within this class. But before we get to that, let's take a look at how we would do it from here, right? So for instance, we could be able to load the course. Same thing from the current courses.json, and knowing the course ID, we could iterate until we find that particular course given that ID. Yes, right? We could do something like let's see, we could do props dot match dot no, sorry, we could take the courses, we could filter, right? Is it filter or find? Sorry, find. Find me the course that matches this particular predicate, right? So this is iterating over all my courses. I'm going to iterate over all my courses. Here's a single course, and I want that course only if the course's ID is equal to the one that comes in as an attribute, right? Yes, right? So what am I doing here? So courses.find iterates over the courses. As it iterates, it's going to pass me an individual course, right? Yes.
Okay, never mind. Do we need to specify this props of courses at that point?
This.props that course where?
Courses.find.
Courses. Oh, I'm sorry. Courses. Well, no, courses. I was using this right here.
Oh, okay.
Although you're right, right? Maybe we want to copy it locally here. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like aren't we already passing it in with routes?
I don't believe so. In the whiteboard?
Yeah.
No, in the course editor, we're not passing anything along. I guess we could. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea, right? To pass it along, right? So it's just one copy of these. Let's do that. Right. So I believe what you're suggesting is to pass in all the courses.
Yeah, just the same way that we did for.
Yeah, just like we did earlier. Excellent. Let's do that. So we close that, and this like that, and this would be render, right? So what that allows me to do is having one less load here, and I could store the courses right here. Maybe you could say this dot courses is props dot courses, right? Or maybe even in the state. Am I missing a curly bracket somewhere? I think so. Yeah, there we go. And this would be this dot courses. There we go. This dot courses, right? And then iterate over them until I find it, and then I'm going to keep that one course, right? The one that matches. Yes. I'm sorry. Replace it what? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. So the thing is that I would need to introduce the singleton pattern, and we haven't talked about that quite yet. There it is. So we have the this.courses.find. This is going to iterate over that, and then once it finds it, it just returns that one course. Now, I can replace this. Instead of just having the course ID, I have the entire course all, to myself, right? And then I can access that one ID, right? Oops. Params. What am I missing here? Props, match, params. Uh-oh. What happened here? Let's see. Whiteboard, grid. Why is params not being passed? Let's see. I think we might need to probably pass. Okay, we might since it's passing only the courses, it might not have access to all the other props that are being passed along. We might need to also pass the props along here. It's only receiving the courses, but it's not receiving all the other stuff, right? All the match, all this other stuff, props that match. Why are you not receiving that? Let's see. We might need to load props here, constructor, props, and super props. And maybe we need to pass in the this.props along, props, or is it just props? Props. Is the syntax incorrect? Routes. Wait a minute. Routes, passing props. React routes, passing props. Pass passing components, render, component, blah, 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 path, component, render, props. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, maybe I don't need the this? Oh, okay, yeah, just without the this. Thank you. All right, so where were we? I still don't have the match. Why don't I have the match? Props match. Why do I have the match? Props. All right, let me debug this for a second.